7, I call this meeting of the General Government and Public Safety Committee to order. I know attendance has been taken. I'm guessing there are no comments from citizens. Public Safety, Police Department, there's an activity report in your packet. Anything you want to point out, Bob?
No, that's the same.
No.
A long drawn hours, huh?
Well, I had to think for a minute.
These Chief of Police monthly reports in your packet as well. And the RMS stuff's still going on?
I think we're still plugging along and we're getting there. Good. In there, can I hit storm sirens while we're here, and do you want me to wait till emergency management?
Go for it.
Okay. Unless Heather was there. Okay, storm sirens are in, as I emailed you all. They all were operational last Wednesday for their full 3-minute test. Now, I think there's an education issue that has to go along with them, which I've been working on with James. Supposedly there's supposed to be an article on Wednesday, we'll see. The storm sirens are outdoor warning only, okay? They are going to be different than what we've had in the past. I know you said you couldn't hear it. That's not the way they're designed. That's not what they're designed. Those sirens themselves are good, at least, I don't remember what the decibel level is, but out to 6,500 feet. One siren, 360 degrees. It's going to be different. I talked to Chad Martin about this down at emergency management the other day. He says he experiences the same thing when they move sirens around down there. He says people that have had them outside their house and it rattles their windows, they're used to that, doesn't do it anymore, they call them. They are not to take place of your indoor weather warning radios or your cell phones or anything like that. If you're in the park, you're outside somewhere in town, okay? If you want, I can email you the coverage map. I've got it, it's on my email. I meant to do it today and I forgot all about it. But the coverage map actually covers us, if we ever get the chance to, for quite a bit of expansion around the city, okay? Because, you know, 6,500 feet is a long ways. But like I said, the three currently, there's one over on Wilson Street, there's one in the high school parking lot. Took place the one that was in the high school parking lot, and there's now a new one over in the park. Okay, the others, Jeff, I think, has pulled the disconnects on them because they're no good to us anymore. Like I said, they went up, and like I said, the education issue is for the citizens is that this is an outdoor thing. It's not an indoor warning siren. Yeah, if you live next to one, you're going to hear it in your house. But I just want everybody to understand that it is different. It's loud. I listened to the one there in the park when they activated the other day, and as it turns towards you, it'll rattle your teeth. So, like I said, it's not saying we don't or won't ever get others, but right now, that's where we're at. So, any questions?
Yes.
Go.
The tornadoes that went through Nashville went through in the middle of the night. Apparently nobody heard the storm sirens or something. There was a lot of people killed down.
The storm sirens are meant for outdoor. There's nothing that, they're not made for an indoor warning system though.
But when everybody's asleep at night, they don't have their phone on.
You got these?
Yes, it's in the other room.
Well, mine's right by my bed for a reason.
I'm not gonna put mine by my bed.
Well, yeah, there's also issues of all the old people in town who still have flip phones that don't get those sirens.
Well,
I know,
I
I'm just,
can't do anything
no,
about
I
it.
understand that.
Sirens on poles are for outdoor warning, okay? If you get the text alerts from rave, or if you get phone calls from rave. The rave alert system is another one. The fact is, old people, even if they have old flip phones, they can still get rave alerts. They have to go online and sign up for them.
They don't have access to online.
Well, you know what? They can call Boone County Emergency Management, Boone County Emergency Management will come up here and do it for them.
They
have
can come to
laptops
City
and
Hall,
tablets and
City
they do
Hall will
that.
help them.
But on some of the old flip phones, there is no access.
No, but you don't have, you, that's not what he's
All
saying.
you have to have is a
You
phone
go
number.
on, you go
Oh,
on
okay.
like on the computer or something else.
Yeah.
I know.
So like I said, there are options out there, and I'm just trying to start this education thing for the public, okay? And that's hence the article Wednesday, hopefully it gets it effective Wednesday, so we'll see. I've given him as much information as I can possibly get. But like I said, they all work, they didn't cost us nothing, except for our taxes.
Did you say RAVE? Is it RAVE?
RAVE, it's,
Terry, we actually have on our website.
on the police department page, there's actually,
Here, what?
yeah, there's a
When?
link to it.
Okay.
And you can do an email, you can do a text message, you know. And the thing about Rave, what I'll tell you is, Rave is not, the weather alerts are not controlled by the people of Boone County. It comes from Boone County Emergency Management too. But the weather alerts are not controlled by them. Anything coming from National Weather Service is automatically pushed through the Rave system into, and the thing is, you can sign up for the City of Centralia alerts on there too, be it traffic, be it whatever, just general community stuff. So, I mean, there's a ton of stuff out there, options. Technology is a wonderful thing, yes, and I understand what Linda says about some of the old folks, but they can also get it on their landline. If they still have a landline, they can still get a phone call on a landline. So, I mean, the
Which
options
is
are there.
concerning because 3 out of the 4 schools did not hear the sirens.
I can't help that.
And so I'm just trying to figure out.
Weather
what would
alert
be better
radios.
for us.
Weather alert radios in the offices,
Well,
that'd be my best guess. I mean, because I know that these things go off too, so, I mean,
Not if you got them shut off.
you know, that's your problem. Like I said, there's a reason in the springtime and everything else, that this thing sits by my bed. Well, it sits by my bed because of the fact that somebody like him might call me.
Bob, do these go off when the sirens go off? Will these maybe go off and the sirens not go off, or vice versa? Are these activated with our sirens or with the US Weather Bureau?
Most of the time, this is National Weather Service, or if you got one through KMIZ, the weather alerts, mine's set up on National Weather Service. But then the sirens are set, the sirens here in town are set up on the system, the entire system of Boone County, which is divided in 3 zones, north, central, and south. Okay, so the fact is, if they hear tornado warnings coming up for the north part of Boone County, Hall's gonna get it, we're gonna get it, you know.
Well, mine's going off and the sirens aren't going off and I see something coming, I'm gonna call you.
Well, you're welcome to call me because I'm probably gonna be busy, but okay.
You better answer, you better
You
answer.
better answer. Anything else, Bob?
I'm sorry.
Anything else?
No.
I think congratulations for an ordered Officer Fager.
Officer Fager, that, oh yeah, Nichols are a major case squad. That brings us up, we got 3 investigators from major case squad, myself, Lieutenant Cripps, and Fager. And the good thing about this is, they'll probably have another training this year, but this one is actually 16 hours of our continuing education that we have to have post-certified. And it costs us $100 a year no matter how many people we send through it, so it's actually pretty good.
All right, fire department, activity reports in your packet. Is there anything you'd like to point out?
Not really, just pretty basic, similar thing. We found a couple leaky valves on a truck we were hoping that Banner probably caused when they were doing the, pump test, but they didn't, so we're gonna have to fix them ourselves. It's not, a couple $100 thing, it's just, we're just kinda hoping they did it and we didn't have to mess with it. It didn't happen.
It never worked.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any
And I
questions?
think Heather and I are working with, the grant writer on some, new SCBA and stuff like that. The gear should be here probably by the end of the month on that portion,
The turnout gear.
but,
The
yeah.
SCBA equipment, I talked to, our grant writer with MORPC today, and she said we're looking at about $170,000 to replace everything, because everything they have is expired as far as the SCBA's go. And, our portion of that would be about $8,500
I like that.
That's good.
if we get the grant. I mean, it's just, you know, it's an if, but, I sent her some good narrative stuff today. Denny's been working on numbers, he and Roger have been working on the numbers for the calls and checklists, so I think we're just about done.
Good.
And it has to be submitted by Friday.
Well, we're also, I mean, it's not only the SUVs, but we have a machine over at the station that fills them. And, to get the newer style, I think that was a 94, 95, I think. You get newer bottles, guess you're gonna have something, and I think that's about
And
$53,000 thing, plus then you get spare bottles, I mean, you got $70,000 in just to fill them back up after they're empty, so.
And it's important that our fire department has, equipment that will work, just in case we get mutual aid from another fire department, Little Dixie, Boone County. Because in an emergency situation, you know, we could have to hook up to theirs, or they could have to hook up to ours, so it's important that we work together with them as well.
It should be seen as a must-do, we're just gonna figure out how to fund it.
Right.
Emergency management. Protective inspection.
So, we have been working on, we actually had a hearing scheduled for tomorrow at 10 a.m. for 4 Kellogg Drive, regarding the state of the house, and, we told them it needs to be demolished, or we will demolish it, and, yes, the structural engineering report came back is, that it needs to be torn down. But there's been a lot of activity, and the owner is on board, with demolition, so they're already starting to work on it, which is good.
So if we demolish it, is that on her tax bill then?
Yes. But I'm hoping that they just do it themselves and they file for the $1,500 reimbursement.
She gets enough stuff out of there, the house might just fall down.
Economic development, we've got a chamber board meeting minutes.
We had an extra long meeting the other night, but it was good. Talked about a lot of different things. Economic development is definitely something that, we're trying to figure out how we can do better at with the chamber. One thing that we thought was really good news, and Mike and Jeff and Phil and I met with Carly Conklin, who owns the old guard building on the corner, and she's getting very close to being ready to start demolition on the inside of the building, and it will open up once, her plans are to kind of phase it out, but the bottom portion will be 3 or 4 retail spaces, and she already has people interested in moving in there, so once it's ready, we think it'll be full, so that'll be a great addition to downtown.
That would be nice.
It will be.
Park board. You got an agenda in your packet? As well as meeting minutes. Any questions or comments? Cemetery report, I assume there is none.
No.
Same with tree board. Library board. Information's in your packet. Questions or comments? February 2020 financial statements. Heather, is there anything you want to draw attention to?
Just public safety sales tax, I've been really tracking, our end of the year potential balances, so we will be a little bit over 150,000, and I thought 150 would have been very generous, but so we'll be a little bit over 150, so I thought that was good.
Bills over $1,250, that's on page 75. Questions or comments? Any other general government? Moving on to other example of pandemic influenza preparedness plan and ordinance.
This is something that came through from MML the other day. I thought it was very appropriate to look at. I gave you all some information about the COVID-19 stuff. This is from the CDC. I printed it today, so it's up to date. That's approved today. And with a confirmed case in Missouri, I thought it was a good time to talk about something like this. Not to increase panic or think that we're all infected or anything like that, but just in order to be prepared if something happens and we have a pandemic in our area. This was an example from Maryland Heights, and that's what was on the MML website. I thought it was just a very good example, pretty thorough example. Talks about what you should and should not do. And then it also included an ordinance that established a pandemic flu leave policy, which allowed, in this case, they allowed full-time employees up to 10 pandemic sick leave days, which is over and above what they would, over and above their own sick leave. So I don't know that that's necessarily something that we want to look at, but I wanted to bring it to everybody's attention because if somebody does have the flu and they are out of sick leave, we still don't want them here. I know they're still covered under FMLA, but a lot of times with that, they can't afford to take the FMLA without pay to stay home and get sick, and it just
We have the
spreads.
ability to be proactive and put something in place that would be beneficial.
Absolutely.
I can tell you we're trying to be proactive building across town, but, we're playing catch-up sometimes.
Absolutely.
So, if we have something that we could put in place, it makes it clear.
Right. And we wouldn't have to, follow this policy verbatim, but the majority of our policies do come from other places who kind of adapt it to our own needs. And it does include caring for an employee's spouse, children, or a household that's having pandemic influenza. So really this is just for review, for discussion, something to be thinking about. We even talked about this during our chamber meeting about Anchor Fest and handling money and, how are we gonna handle that? If it is more widespread at that point in time, it might be died down. You just never know.
They might not be able to get fireworks, I'm just throwing that out there.
Why you sell what you get?
Yes. But it is something I think we should be working or thinking about to be proactive.
Is there any part of this you think we need to institute right away? And
In the next month, we're gonna learn a lot more. I
Yes.
think the next 30 days
think
is
we
gonna
will.
tell
then we
what,
are, which would mean if next week we could put something in place, that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing.
Right.
It's better to have the rules lined up, so, Heather is trying to manage the team here, isn't going,
to make a
okay,
decision
how am I gonna
on
handle the situation? with
Even
somebody?
if we don't get it right, if we get something in there that we can work with, we'd
Correct.
probably be better off.
you make the citizens feel.
Yeah. I scanned through this weekend, I didn't have any heartburn with really anything I saw. I don't know if anybody else has any objections to parts of it.
I've given everybody the same information from the CDC, 2 different sheets, and then I have a memo that I'm gonna send out just to kind of emphasize what we should be doing. And, I know everybody knows washing your hands and not touching your face and, those kinds of things. But if that's something that you do all the time, it's hard to break those habits. But
I'm kinda hoping this won't affect this board until after I'm off, and then I will come up here.
Nice.
Thanks a lot.
Perks, I guess.
Oh my God.
I mean, if this is something you all would be comfortable with looking at for next week, I could come up with the ordinance and have it ready.
I don't see why that
Get
shouldn't be the
started.
case.
Yeah,
Because, I mean, if we find out new things, the thing can be modified too. I mean,
yeah.
it's,
Absolutely.
It would be better to vote on something next week, so you have a game plan to work with if something does happen in the next few weeks.
I'm very comfortable with that.
All right, closed session. Who would like to read us in?
Matt, did you have anything to say before they go into closed session about your sewer issues tonight?
A lot of fun.
Lit out there. A little bit.
Okay, I move that we go into closed session. During the meeting, the Board of Aldermen may elect to go to closed session and hold a closed vote. And the purpose of such closed session and closed vote shall be as provided for under section 610.021 subsection 1 of the revised statutes of Missouri for legal actions, causes of action, or litigation involving a public or governmental body and any confidential or privileged communications between a public governmental body or its representatives and its attorneys, and two, as provided for under section 610.021 subsection 3 of the revised statutes of Missouri for hiring, firing, disciplining, or promoting of particular employees by a public governmental body.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, second. Roll call. Stop.
Alderman Wilkins,
4.
Alderman Rogers,
4.
Alderman Mobley, Alderman Borman,
yeah,
Alderman Hudson,
Yes.
Alderman Macklin.
No.
Taken regarding employee compensation. And any as may arise.
I have, unfortunately, I'm gonna say this, Evelyn Robertson contacted me, couldn't be here. She did get a hold of her alderman,
Because he's a slacker.
well, I don't, she didn't say that, no, don't put words in her mouth.
Wow.
No, she called about a couple of things. One of them, she had an idea, and she asked about us, did we help pay for she asked if we'd helped pay for the golf course. And I told her that yes, the city had been involved in a cooperative thing with that. Explained it to her, I told her what to do on that. I think satisfactorily she understood. And then the other thing she was talking about was the lot that we have where the Narragansett building was, where that's around. She wanted to give me an idea and a recommendation that we could maybe use that because the storm shelters in town, a couple of churches, is the only places that we might be able to dig and put in a storm shelter there for the patrons and citizens of Centralia to go in case there's a storm for tornadoes. So that's an idea she wanted me to front to everybody, kind of pass along for just an idea for that property down there in the future. That's all I have.
Entertain a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Well, no, you have to make a motion.
Make the motion.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, we stand adjourned.